We're
We
live,
are
Nelson.
live, gentlemen. We are live. We're live. So let me hand the baton, or let me hand the Quaker Oats over to Mr. Adam Handler.
First of all, it's checks and fiber one. Second of all, growing boys need their breakfast. Third of all, good morning to you. It's Friday. We made it through another week. Can you believe it? Squeeze, couple of questions for you. Number one, are we live on 93.5 FM?
Yes, we are. Looking at it right now.
All right, check that box. And are we live on Facebook and other social media platforms?
Yes, we are live. Zenmark took care of us.
Check that box right there. And did Trump denounce white supremacy last night?
You got to ask Nelson that.
I think he did. So we'll check that box. You know, congratulations for being a human being. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. It is Friday. We made it another week. It is the 16th of October, 2020. Only 3 weeks from Election Day. Very, very important time coming up in our country. And for those listening to our show right now, I want to say, thank you so much. We know that you could be watching and listening to other things right now, but you're here with us. Really appreciate it. And the good news for you is that we're offering you something in return. And Squeeze, what are we offering these wonderful people listening to us all over the world right now? What are we offering them in return?
Well, the smart ones who call before the top of the hour will be getting free phone consultations when they make that appointment, when they schedule that appointment with an attorney.
All right.
I think that's a great thing. That's a good thing.
That's one thing. They're also getting information on this show, free legal advice we give. We always say, you got a legal question, we got a legal answer. You got a legal problem, we got a legal solution. But, Squeeze, to get that free phone consultation, whether it's immigration, personal injury. I mean, we're a full service law firm. We've been saying that for years and years and years. But, what do they have to do? What numbers do they have to dial to get that free phone consultation?
A very easy number, 844-PPID-LAW. That's 844-774-3529. That is the number of a major law firm in New York City with 3 locations called Pollock, Isaac, and Lesico, PPID.
And PPID, are you down with PPID?
Come on, you know me.
Yeah, I do know you.
Yeah,
you are now officially cruising with the case handler. Let's get this show on the road. My name is Adam Handler. I'm an attorney. I'm a partner of the firm. I handle the personal injury practice here at Pollock, Isaac, Lesico. I've been doing it for over 17 years, having obtained over $125 million from my client. With me today, we used to say, as always, because for months we were always doing the 3 of us. Now we've finally broken it up a little bit, but they say, what is it? Makes the heart grow fonder.
Absence
makes the heart grow fonder. That's correct. With me today is Nelson, the Maverick Madrid, and Conrad, the Maestro Pollock. We call him Nelson the Maverick because he flies by his own rules. He doesn't care what immigration says. If you need to legalize your status here or avoid deportation, he's going to do everything he can to keep you and your family living under the same roof here in the United States. And Conrad, the Maestro, it's not because he's a very talented pianist. It's because he is really the architect of our firm. He had taken the firm over from his father about 37 years ago, which was just an immigration practice, and built piece by piece into a full service legal juggernaut here in New York City. So he is the maestro, he is the architect, and I'm proud to have them both as my partners and, more importantly, as my friends. Again, our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Good morning, Nelson. How are you, brother?
Good morning.
What's going on in the immigration world here at PPID? What are some of the phone calls you've been taking this week for those free phone consultations?
A lot of the phone calls have to do with people who have a pending case, haven't received a decision, or have not yet been scheduled for an interview. Other cases involve people interested in applying for citizenship. Just want to touch on that for a second. anytime you apply for citizenship, there is an immigration officer who is going through your entire immigration history. Um, Applying for citizenship is one of the easiest and quickest ways to get put into removal proceedings if you've ever been arrested and are unaware of the immigration consequences of that arrest. I spoke with someone recently who had a misdemeanor. Well, that misdemeanor, I believe, is enough. He has a misdemeanor conviction. That misdemeanor conviction, I believe, is enough to get him put into removal proceedings if he did apply for citizenship. Fortunately, he gave us a call and I basically gave him my opinion. And as a result, I do not think that person will be applying for citizenship. But it's important for everyone listening, if you have any type of criminal history and you are interested in citizenship, or you want to renew your green card, or you want to apply for a green card, you should definitely speak to an experienced attorney, and get some legal advice before going forward. Immigration is not your friend. They're not going to tell you, oh, don't worry about it, we'll pretend you never filed this application. Instead, that could set off a chain of events, almost like a domino effect. So give us a call, 844-774-3529.
That's really interesting. Excuse me, real quick. That's really interesting because, we always push, be a citizen of this country. If you're here, be a productive part of the country, be able to vote. But sometimes, and Conrad attests to this all the time, he's told me through the years, sometimes the best deals you do are the deals you don't do. So I guess there are circumstances in which it is not smart to apply for citizenship, correct?
Especially on your own. And even when an attorney tells you to proceed, I typically recommend you have that attorney accompany you to that interview, simply because, you're not going to win against an immigration officer, and if he tells you it's a problem and you say it's not, you're not going to convince him otherwise. When you go with an attorney, the attorney can make an effort to convince him. If not, he could get a supervisor involved. If not, obviously, he's taking notes during the interview. In case an appeal is necessary, or in case there is an issue, obviously, he can, use his notes to support what it is, or to corroborate what, actually happened during the interview. So, again, I always recommend. In fact, we have a client now whose citizenship was pending for 2 years, and she just got scared. She hired us and we got her an interview. And I'm actually accompanying her to her interview because, again, she applied for citizenship more than 2 years ago with a previous attorney. Her case wasn't going anywhere. She came to us. I was able to get her scheduled for an interview. What immigration had done in the past was literally she would show up for her interview, and on the day of the interview, they would cancel or reschedule the interview, and she would never get a new appointment notice. So obviously, again, to make sure that her now scheduled interview goes forward and she gets some sort of closure, I will accompany her. Not another attorney. I will accompany her to her naturalization interview.
Nelson Madrid will do it.
Yes.
The Maverick will fly with her. Never leave.
Well, that's one of the common questions we get from people when they call about citizenship. My case has been taken forever. I had a lawyer, or I did it myself, and it's been 2 years since my interview. I haven't heard anything. And frequently, what we do in those circumstances, we bring action against the federal government. We what's called a writ of mandamus lawsuit. Basically, we go to federal court and we get a federal judge to basically order immigration to do what they're supposed to do. Hey, you're supposed to make a decision here, do it. It's a very common situation, and I'd say one of the frequent questions we get, one of the frequent problems we see when people call about their citizenship cases is exactly that. Case has been taking forever. What can I do?
Well, this woman, again, she was with a prior attorney. Her case was pending for 2 years. In 30 days, I was able to have her scheduled for a naturalization interview, something her prior attorney was unable to accomplish in over 2 years of representing her. So, look, we're not the best, but this is just an example of the things we do.
No, you are the best. But
I can't say that. You know, I'm trying to be humble here.
You can't say it. All right. Don't be telling people that you're not the best. Just don't say anything. Let them do it. I mean, you guys have proven yourselves. I mean, I just heard Conrad built this entity. I mean, took it over from his father and expanded it. I mean, come on, that's a feat right there. So, you know, come on, Nelson, man. You know what you're doing.
I'm trying to be humble here.
All right. I heard you say I 1 million times ago, you know? Come on. All right.
So another question we get, when we're talking about citizenship today, the other, probably the most common, one of the most common, in addition to why is my case taking so long, is, you know, I applied for citizenship, or I want to apply for citizenship, like Nelson was just saying. And, you know, I had this little criminal issue 10 years ago. It's probably nothing. They probably won't interfere, but, you know, would it be a problem, counselor? And we'll look it up, and you know, the guy was arrested 4 times for DWI, you know, and you know, yeah, I'm sorry, but that might be a problem with you getting citizenship, you know. So if you're out there and you've had criminal issues in the past, you know, citizenship is not quite as simple as it used to be. Just like everything else with the immigration field, you know, if you have criminal issues or criminal problems in your past and you want to apply for citizenship, you need to review that with a lawyer. You need to call us. You need to show us the dispositions of those criminal cases and let us take a look. And we will tell you, just like Nelson was just saying, we will tell you yes or no, you should file or you shouldn't file. That if you do file, there's a risk that you may not only lose your green card, but end up in removal proceedings and on your way on the next boat or plane back to your country, or your former country, I should say. So, you know, these are serious issues potentially.
Also, a conviction within 5 years of getting a green card, you know, for a conviction for a crime involving moral turpitude within 5 years of getting your green card makes you removable. That's also a problem that it's a misdemeanor. But it happened a long time ago. You know, yeah, immigration doesn't know about it at the moment because you haven't filed an application to renew your green card. You haven't gone for fingerprints since that time, you know, but when you go eventually and apply for citizenship or to renew your green card, you're going to have to be fingerprinted, and this can come up.
Yeah, the Immigration Service has a long memory. You know, if something happened, in fact, another situation that we see frequently is person got his green card 15, 20 years ago, and you know, forgot to mention, I don't know, maybe that he'd been married before, or that he had kids before with someone else. These are frequent issues we see, and say, well, you know, I'm going to apply for my citizenship, and odds are immigration isn't even going to know. You know, that is your first step towards disaster. Anytime, you know, 20 years ago, you know, again, I've been doing this for a long time. 20 years ago, you might have been able to get away with that. You know, maybe there was someone.
You froze, Conrad.
Yeah, Conrad. That's flaky.
Is it me?
You're back.
Still there?
Yeah, you're back now.
Just if there's any quirks in your record, you really need to call us. You need a lawyer. This is not something you should be doing yourself. Citizenship is not an easy thing to get through anymore. As with every single other type of application in the immigration field, this administration has made it more difficult and more cumbersome and more dangerous for you to do this. So you really don't take a chance, especially if you had your green card and odds are it took you years to get it. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to risk getting put into removal proceedings as a result. You need to call us and you need to let us help you on that. Seriously.
Absolutely. Conrad Pollock, Nelson Madrid, respectively, the Maestro and the Maverick. I'd like to give out the phone number now. I want everyone to have this number. Adam Handler, who runs the personal injury department, is going to take it over in under 60 seconds. He's going to give us a true success story and expand on what the personal injury department is all about and how he runs it and what he has done for his clients. But right now, you heard the Maverick and the Maestro speak extensively on immigration and what's going on out there. I would like to, once again, one of my favorite words, implore you, and I've not used this one in a while, it would behoove me, not tell you, to actually reach out to the firm. The number to call is 844-774-3529. Every single one of you watching this, every one of you listening on 93.5 WVIP FM, every one of you, you will get a free phone consultation. All you've got to do is call and schedule it, and the attorneys will reach out to you. All right. So you've got to call now. It's 14 minutes before the hour of 10. Dial this number and said, hey, I heard Squeeze. I heard the attorneys on the radio. I would like to speak with one of them. Can I schedule an appointment? If you call before 10 a.m., I guarantee you that you will get that phone consultation absolutely free. So let's all dial the number. Let it ring so it registers on their system so they can't say, well, we didn't get a call from you. The number is 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529. Bit slower, 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. Everyone is out there driving around now. There are a lot of automobiles floating around. People are getting into accidents. Okay, guess what? The case handler is going to expand on that. Okay, so Mr. Handler, Mr. Shark, Mr. Moneyman, Mr. $125 million plus in settlements and verdicts, talk to us.
Yeah, thanks so much. I mean, you couldn't say any better. I'm here for you, and I'm here to get you the maximum amount of money for that one and only shot you have if you're ever in an accident. Before I start, though, I did come across something very cool. My mom dropped this off the other day. You know, I say I'm a third generation attorney. My father still practices. My grandfather had practiced for probably 50, 60 years. She had found some things of his, and she dropped this off of me. Can you, I don't know if, let's see, let me see if I can, I'll pull this back. Can you see that right there? Actually, let me turn off my, my virtual background here so you can see it better. Can you see what that says right there?
Yep. St. John's University School of Law.
What year?
Practice Court Manual. In the year 1933? Is that what that says?
1933. My grandfather graduated St. John's Law School in 1933. My family has been practicing law here in New York City for nearly 100 years. It just dawned upon me when I was reading this book this morning. I saw the date. Nearly 100 years. The case handler family has been representing victims of negligence here in New York City. That is a big deal. I think that's something I'm actually going to start toting a little more. I mean, we talked about
you should.
I'm practicing 17 years, our firm, you know, being around 60 years. My family's been in this game for nearly a century. Who else can say that? I mean, not many people. And a century of blessings and a century of success. So just something I wanted to mention this morning.
Well, Conrad is close enough.
Well, Conrad's nearly a century old. But yes, I agree. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna pound this guy when I see him on Monday. It's much easier to beat up on the general, right, than Conrad, because Conrad actually fights back. All right, here we go. Let's get to a true life success story. And you know, it's funny, I pulled this one up this morning because it does have a very common theme to something that we mentioned a few minutes ago that Nelson said. Yes, attorneys cannot say they're the best, right? There are rules of ethics and rules of advertising that prevent an attorney from saying they're the best, or saying they're an expert, or saying this is their expertise, or saying they specialize, right? We can't say that. You can say that. We can't say it. Right. I always say we're really, 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 really good, but you know, we can't say they're the best. And I always say, don't take it from me. Don't take it from Squeeze. Don't take it from Nelson. Don't take it from Conrad. Don't take it from the, you know, 6 or 7 other DJs on this radio station that broadcast later in the day that have completely endorsed me my entire career and still endorse me, by the way. You know, take it from the clients. Take it from the people that have made that decision with respect to, you know, who they wanted to represent them in that one and only shot. And Squeeze, if you can read that quote, I would be very, very appreciative.
Okay. Adam is the best.
There you go. There you go.
The best. See, she said it. Adam is the best. They're a good team that works really well together. The case handler team at PPID is empathetic, and truly cares for their clients. They will bend over backwards for their clients, just how they did for me. I would recommend Adam Handler without hesitation. Monique from Cambria Heights. And she got a settlement of a whopping confidential settlement.
She did not want anybody knowing how much
money. That means enough money.
This woman did not want anybody knowing how much she got. It's life-changing, though. What she was able to obtain in this case is life-changing money. And of course, how much taxes do you pay on personal injury money here, Squeeze?
$0.
Tax-free. That's correct. Any money we can get you in an accident case, whether it's a car accident case, a construction accident case, a workplace accident case, a trip and fall, slip and fall. I don't care. If you've been wronged, if somebody's done you dirty and you've been injured, the money that we get you is 100% tax-free, right? It's not like we're playing games either. It's an exemption under the IRS code because it's not it's not income. It's compensation to make you whole again. Medical bills, time out of work, pain and suffering. I've obtained over $125 million from my clients, tax-free, life-changing money for life-changing injuries, and we do it the right way. We get you the maximum amount because you got one shot to get it right. One chance, no redos, can't reopen that case. So you better bet your life and your family's life that you are calling the right number when, God forbid, you're in an accident. Which attorney are you going to choose? Who do you want representing you and your family when you have one chance, one choice of lawyer? It should be the case handler. It should be Pollock, Isaac DeSico. Our results, we stand by our results. We can never guarantee a successful result in the future. That's another thing lawyers got to say, because it's true. Can't guarantee anything. But if you want to go with a firm that has a proven track record of success, I strongly suggest you consider your options before just going with somebody that rolls up to you at the scene of the accident, or comes up to you in the emergency room, or somebody hands you a business card saying, go with this doctor, go with this lawyer. Trust me, it's never going to end well for you. You're never going to get full compensation under those circumstances. My name is Adam Handler. I'm your case handler. My family has been doing this for nearly 100 years here in New York City. Trust and believe. A record of success.
Adam Handler, ladies and gentlemen, we call him.
Guns. Wow, that's impressive.
Like that, baby? I'm on a 5-day streak on the Peloton right now.
I think we might have to change his name from the Shark to the Terminator.
The Terminator.
All right, let me give out this number. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this show is called Cruising with a Case Handler. You just heard from him. The show is on personal injury and immigration. And of course, you heard why it is that you should actually reach out to him. God forbid you get hurt in any accident. You want to call first and find out if you've got some kind of a recourse, if you can get some kind of help, money. All right. Make the call to the firm. The number is 844-774-3529. Dial the number. All right. If I could get a nickel for every time I say that number. 844-774-3529. That's 844.
Yeah, not just that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, 844-774-3529.
Yeah. I was just gonna throw in there that besides doing your personal injury case, I didn't give you counter regimens where you can get in the same type of physical shape that he's in. I'm gonna close the gunner from now on.
Sound like you're underwater. Well, you're saying something about Adam getting in physical shape.
You're muted.
It sounds like we're missing out on all these jokes, Conrad. Your Wi-Fi is not great, so let me hear these jokes.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It was pretty funny, I thought, what I just said. I was saying that in addition to handling clients' personal injury cases, you'll even give them a free workout regimen, and they can get in the same type of physical condition that you're in.
Oh yeah, well, of course. I mean, listen, we are a full-service law firm here. You know, we cover all the bases, and you know what? No kidding aside, you know, our clients, you know, usually when they're in these terrible accidents, have to go through months, if not years, of physical therapy. And the doctors that they choose and the doctors that we're able to coordinate with them, you know, really do. It's not only just about, you know, recovering monetarily, it's also recovering your health. And sometimes, listen, you've got permanent injuries, it doesn't go away, but the things we see from when you're in your darkest day, you know, a few days after the accident, broken bones, lacerations, blood, can't get out of bed, to, you know, 2 years later, you know, walking to my office and picking up that settlement check really is a remarkable situation.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the number going, all right? The number for the firm that is located at 225 Broadway, and of course on the 3rd floor, not to be confused, okay, with another firm that is at the top of the hour here and there, all right? No need to go above the 3rd floor. I'm telling you, for real, the real deal happens to be PPID. I have seen how they handle business, even as recent as yesterday. All right. They are very straightforward. They're very honest. They're very on point. That's just how they roll. And I respect what it is that Conrad, Nelson, and Adam is doing for the people. Very straightforward. And when you have attorneys, that's what you want. You want people to be transparent. You want people to be straightforward. You don't want the BS. You don't want the sheesh. You want someone who's dead on, straightforward. And that's what they're all about. So ladies and gentlemen, every single one of you need to dial the number for your own sake. You will need it one day. If not you, your friend, a family member, or the foe, like I always say. The number to call right now is 844-774-3529. That's the number for the law firm, 844-774-3529. If you call now, we guarantee you a free consultation in any capacity that the firm practices. So make sure you make that call to PPID, Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. As I always say, make the link, make the connection, make it PPID. Don't wait until something happens and you're in an accident. You're like, what is the number again? Maybe I can find Squeeze at 2:07 in the morning. I don't want to get that call. You just need to call Adam straight. All right? 844-774-3529. Yes.
Just a minor correction. Call to schedule.
Yes.
You have to schedule an appointment. We're not waiting, you know, for someone to call and not doing any work. We are busy. We do have clients. We do have other people who have called and scheduled consultations. You have to schedule your consultation.
Right. Absolutely. You are absolutely correct, because we don't want people flipping out saying, well, I called and I want to speak to an attorney now. Come on, guys. All right. They're not sitting around, you know, they do have clients. A lot.
We're really good. We have lots of clients, you know?
Yeah, a lot of clients. Have you guys seen Nelson's desk? Oh, man. Once again, make the call, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. We are going to continue this show on Facebook. So follow us on Facebook, the Case Handler page. Just type in that, Case Handler. The firm's page, PPID. Just type that in. On my page, David Squeezaniki. Follow, share, subscribe, please. We don't like the algorithms that Facebook is putting up these days. 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. No need to tune into the top. Just tune into Facebook.
It's 10 o'clock.
You got me taking jabs here, man. Throwing shade.
Love it. You know, there's an expression, you know, well, not an expression, but people think, like, read somewhere, like, people that swear, like, use a lot of swear words, that's like indicative of like a higher IQ, which I don't necessarily agree with. But if your lawyer has a messy desk, you should be damn sure that that guy's got good, because he's got a lot of business, right? If you walk into your lawyer's office and their desk is clear and clean, you should walk right out, because that guy's got nothing else to do.
Do you know, it's funny you say that, Adam. I've had clients tell me that they walked into a lawyer's office and there was no papers anywhere, and they just walked right out.
Yeah. I always say, like, you know, if I bring a client to my office and I say, excuse the mess, they're like, no, it's good. You're good. You're busy. I want you.
Yeah. You know, I also heard, which is actually funny, I had a client, it was a consultation who I met with and asked me for a business card. I said, hold on one second, I have to get some. And they said to me, that's pretty good. I said, why? She said, I went to a lawyer's office who had a stack of business cards. So obviously he's not giving many of them out.
Business cards are funny. Like, you know, I gave a couple business cards out the other day to some clients that came in, but who the hell is giving out business cards? Nobody's seeing each other in person. So like, you know, business
This is
cards.
a while ago.
It's so, you know, just everything is just so topsy-turvy right now.
You know what I find fascinating as well, which is interesting. Sometimes I meet with someone and I ask, how'd you find me? How'd you hear about me? Oh, I Googled you. You know, and that's like, oh wow, like you checked me out before actually hiring me.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently, right. Well, you know, David, when I went to college, we used typewriters. Okay. so I mean, this whole social media, you know, I got an iPhone at ppid. I used to have a flip phone. I'm old school.
I hear that. Yeah, but it's everybody checks you out before they come to you, and just want to say thanks to each and every one for actually, you know, subscribing and Googling and all of that, because it just brings up the stats on the company. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you reach out to PPID. All right. You can Google them. All right. So let's jump into some immigration questions, guys.
I actually have to hop off because I have an oral argument on a case right now. We'll talk about it when we win the case. I got to jump off though, and I'll leave it to you guys.
All right. Thank you.
Great show. Thanks, guys.
Great show. All right. Okay. Question one. I know the I-765 and the I-131 cases can be expedited. Is it possible to expedite an employment-based I-485 application? The client I'm working for is offering me to go full-time with them, but my GCEAD expires in less than a year, and they do no sponsor work visa or anything like that. Is that a good enough reason for me to request my case to be expedited?
There is no expediting of 485s.
Okay. That was...
All right, but if he has work authorization, now I don't know. I didn't really understand all the facts there, but if he has work authorization, he can work. And there is no different types of work authorization. Either you have work authorization or you don't. But there is no expedite. You can expedite an I-131 advanced parole application, nothing else. 765 adjustment of status, you can't expedite those.
Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. Let me just bring this down. All right. Can I, my I-130 petition for alien relative is approved in June 2020. And the I-797 notice, my PD 2011. My petition is in the USA and beneficiary is overseas. So my question is that, how long will it take the NVC to send a welcome letter? Please, Guy. Once again, reading as I see it.
What kind of classification? Who's applying for who? Is it a first preference? Is it a fourth preference? And who? It sounds like it. They filed in 2011. It was just approved now. It sounds like it's probably a fourth preference, sibling for sibling, or doesn't know what they're doing, and it took a long time when it shouldn't have. We need more facts. Can't answer that question. Plus, a welcome letter you get once you get your green card. Sounds like he just got his I-130 approval. He's got a lot of hoops that he's got to jump through before he gets that welcome letter.
Right. Just to add to that, it's not as simple as simply filing an I-130. An I-130 just really establishes the relationship between the parties. There are additional steps that need to be taken before you get that welcome letter. So you're very early in the game.
Gotcha. All right. Final question here. Can I get some advice on my green card situation? I was living in the United States since 2000 and got my green card. In 2011, I returned to my native country to take care of my sick mother and stayed with her since then. My green card expired. When I wanted to come back to the United States in 2015, I was turned back at the airport because of my expired green card. When I went to the US consulate, I didn't get any help. I have been stuck back home till now. I want to go back to the US. How can I renew my green card? Side note, I got married and had kids and I've been working in the United Nations.
So her husband, basically, she is no longer a green card holder.
Precisely.
When you are outside of the United States for a certain period of time, there's a presumption that you've abandoned your residency. Obviously, being outside, well, technically it's more than 150 days, but she's been outside a lot longer. So she no longer has a green card, so you can't renew that. If your husband is a citizen, he needs to refile for you.
Yeah, the law is basically, if you have a green card, you're supposed to be living in the United States. Having a green card means you're a permanent resident of the U.S., not some other country. And what that means is typically you need to spend more time every year in the United States than outside the United States. If you're outside the United States for more than a year at a time, you lose that green card automatically. It's over. Right? This person was out of the country, what, for 10 years? I'm not surprised that the consulate wasn't much help to her. When she walked in the door 5 years after having been in the United States, I'm sure they had a nice little chuckle to themselves in the back room saying, this woman actually thinks that she still have that green card is still valid. She hasn't been home for 5 years. You know, it doesn't work that way.
And for green card holders who go abroad, right? You know, if she knew she was going to go visit or take care of her sick, ailing mother, what she should have done is she should have filed for a re-entry permit before leaving the United States. And that basically lets immigration know that you have no intention of abandoning your green card, but you expect to be out for an extended period of time. And that allows you to come back into the United States.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good point. Re-entry permits are available to those that have a green card. The purpose of a re-entry permit is if you're going to be out of the country for more than a year, like I said, if you're out of the country for more than a year, you lose your green card. Now, a re-entry permit, if you file for it, which you have to do so before you leave, you have to have a green card to file while you're in the United States, and then you can leave. A couple months. But if you get it, you can stay out of the country for 2 years, and then you can get another one 2 years later, and so on. And that allows you to stay out of the country for more than a year. If you don't do that and you're out for more than a year, green card, bye-bye. That's how it works.
There you go. That just about concludes us, ladies and gentlemen, for today's show, Cruising with a Case Handler, the show on personal injury and immigration, brought to you by the law firm Pollock, Isaac, and Nasico. That's ppid. Do remember, store the number. Dial it now. Get a free phone consultation. You must schedule that with an attorney, and you can call them now at 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID LAW. Have yourself an amazing weekend, and please be safe. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. And yes, it's an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law firm of Pollock, Isaac, and Nasico. However, we all know that we need excellent attorneys, and of course, that they are. 844-774-3529. Thank you all so much. Have a great weekend, Conrad, Nelson, everyone watching. Take care.